drills that we use a ton of for our particular offensive scheme is a double team. And I know this is something that even in the youth leagues is very effective. I know with my youngest son, just this past year, we taught a ton of double teams and then scooping to the linebacker. And so the biggest thing that we want to be able to do is get movement to wherever we're running the ball. Wherever that point of attack is, we want to get great movement. And if we can get great movement at the line of scrimmage and even get to the second level of the linebacker, sometimes we don't even have to worry about blocking the linebacker because we can get that movement. And we really focus on our kids as just getting off the ball and getting movement at that first level. So one of the things that we want to do, first of all, in our double team is we want to make sure that our hand placement and our first step are correct. So I'm going to have these guys just take their very first step when we get off the ball, assuming we have somebody in a gap or even possibly shaded. They're going to see that basically their 2 feet are going to come together, and as their feet come together, their hips are going to come together. The worst thing we can have happen as a defensive line is what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to split us. And so we really encourage and focus make sure our kids are keeping their hips tight. So guys, if you will give us that first step, make sure our hips are together. Here we go. Set, hit. Okay. And this is one of the reasons why we drill it and drill it and drill it, just because they've got to get used to that step and so forth. Let's try that again. Here we go. Set, hit. There you go. And then you see how their hips come together. One of the reasons why we overstep it also is because we normally have a little bit wider stance too. So that's depending on the stance, that'll have to be something that you guys will have to work with. The other thing is, after they take their step, hips are together, is where they're going to place hands. And basically, we want both of their inside hands to be punching the inside of that bag. So Austin's hand's going to step and punch, and hand's going to step and punch. And we want to get to this direction right here when we touch the bag. So I'll show that progression also. Don't knock me over here, boys. Here we go. Set, hit. There we go. Just take a step. Just take a step. All right. Just take that step and check and see where the hand placement is. Hips are still down just like any other drill. Heads up, hips down, and that hand placement is critical right here in the middle. Here we go. Set, hit. Right there. Okay. Next progression is that we're just going to drive block. One of the things that we really focus on, depending on which lineman is going to straight to the linebacker, a lot of depend on which way our ball's going. We understand that if the ball's going this way, the linebacker's going to probably roll over top, so Tanner would be scraping off. If it's an inside play or something else where we think the linebacker would be coming back inside, then Austin would scrape off. But for our purposes, we're going to have Tanner scrape off to a linebacker that's going over top. So we like to talk about 1, 2, 3, 4, and at that 4th step, that guy who's scraping for the linebacker should be off looking for the linebacker. So it's great movement for first 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, then I'm off to the linebacker. Okay? Cut that aside.